Welcome to the Vybrational Stage, the stage where life is not performed but revealed. There's a question I want you to sit with today. Not answering immediately, not analyze, not overthink, just feel it. When was the last time you truly listened to yourself without interference? Not filtered through someone else's opinion, not adjusted for approval, not softened to avoid discomfort, but purely, honestly, completely listened. Because here's what most people don't realize. They're not living their life, they're living a response to life, a reaction, a pattern, a conditioned loop, built from years of being told who to be, being shown what is acceptable, being rewarded for compliance, and subtly discouraged from authenticity. So what do? We adapt. We become versions of ourselves that are easy to explain, easier to accept, easier to validate, but harder to feel. And over time, something happens. The voice within you doesn't disappear, but it becomes quieter. Not because it's weak, but because it's being ignored. And here's the truth that might hit deep. Most people are not disconnected from their truth, they are just distracted from it. Distracted by constant input, endless opinions, external validation loops, fear of getting it wrong, fear of being seen, fear of being different. So instead of listening inward, we look outward. We ask, what should I do? What would they think? What's the safe choice? In so doing, we slowly begin to outsource our truth. But then there comes a moment, a quiet one, not dramatic, not loud, not performative, but undeniable. A moment where something inside you says, this isn't it. And it's not necessarily that your life is falling apart, it's that your alignment is calling you forward. This moment is sacred because it's the beginning of your coming back to yourself. Now here's where everything starts to change. Not all at once, but fundamentally. When you begin listening to yourself, you begin trusting yourself. And when you begin trusting yourself, you stop needing constant confirmation. And when you stop needing constant confirmation, you stop hesitating. And when you stop hesitating, you start moving differently. Let's talk about what actually changes. Number one, your decision making becomes clear. Not perfect, but clear. You no longer sit in endless loops of should I or shouldn't I, because you begin to recognize the feeling of alignment. And once you feel that, you can't unfeel it. Number two, your energy stabilizes because you're no longer constantly adjusting yourself to match external expectations. You become consistent, grounded, centered, not because life is easier, but because you are no longer divided within yourself. Number three, your relationships shift. Some deepen because they're rooted in truth. Some fall away because they were rooted in performance. And that's not a loss. That's alignment. Number four, fear changes its role. It doesn't disappear, but it no longer leads. It becomes information, not instruction. Number five, you stop seeking permission. This one is powerful because most people don't realize how much of their lives is spent waiting for approval, waiting for validation, waiting for the right time. But when you listen to yourself, you realize you were the permission all along. And here's where it gets even deeper. Listening to yourself is not just about decisions, it's about identity. Because when you stop outsourcing your truth, you stop outsourcing your identity. You are no longer defined by roles, titles, expectations, or labels. You begin to define yourself from the inside out. And this is where true power lives. Not loud power, not forceful power, not performative power, but grounded, unwavering, quiet certainty. And from that place, life begins to feel different. Not because everything changes, but because you do. And when you change, everything interacts with you differently. So if you take anything from this episode, let it be this. You do not need more information. You do not need more opinions. You do not need more validation. You need to listen, because your next step, your clarity, your alignment, your peace isn't out there. It's already within you, waiting for you to finally hear it. This is the Vibrational Stage, and today you didn't just listen to this podcast, you listened to yourself.